Alrighty, okay, welcome back to workout number 8. We are definitely getting through this course. Hopefully you've done workout number 1 to 7, and hopefully this one's going to be following on and you're enjoying it. If you're just joining us, welcome along. I'd recommend you do 1 to 7 if you're a beginner. If not, this might be okay. But either way, let's start to get the heart rate going. We are trying to get these workouts done nice and quick in under 20 minutes, or under 30, maybe a push if you include the whole warm-up and everything else. So today we're going to try to progress you a little bit. So I can speak without being interrupted, just follow what I'm doing on screen. So I don't have to sort of explain it, just sort of follow me along, just to get the heart rate up a little bit. But today we are going to do 3 movements to start you off with. Each round is 40 seconds long. And after you've done a round of 40 seconds, you then have a 20-second breather. And we need to repeat all of that 3 times. So 3 movements, 3 rounds, but then 3 sets. Oh, that was a weird one. 3 sets overall. I'm just going to close the legs. So a total of 9 rounds, I suppose, if that makes sense. A lot of maths today, but I will have it all sorted for you. Just follow along. We're going to try to progress you today. So throughout the course so far, we've done squats. We've done some side lunges, but we haven't yet done any kind of standard alternate reverse or forward lunges. They do come with issues for some people. Some people feel it a bit in their knees or their hips. So if you do, you can stick to squats. That's always the regression, or side lunges, which you've done before. But if you don't, then they are an absolutely cracking movement. So we're going to try to do those, and I'll show you those in a second. Let's just do the arms. So simply put, we have got 3 movements. The first round is 40 seconds of lunges. We're going to jump straight in. Second round is 40 seconds of ab walkouts with a push-up, which I'll show you in a sec. And the third round are some single leg glute bridges. So if you can just do me a big favor now and just keep on jogging on the spot, I'm just going to very quickly show you what these movements are before we get cracking. So a lunge, I like to do, you keep on moving, don't stop if possible. I like to do a reverse lunge because it's a little bit safer on the knees and a bit better for your balance. So I'm going to stand here, I'm going to do it from side on, hands on hips. I'm going to take a good side step back, then I'm going to lunge down to the ground and put my knee on the floor and step back up. I'm then going to switch over legs, do it on the other side. The movement looks like this. There's a few variations. You can go wider. So for example, you can have a wider step back like so, that's fine. Or you can have a more narrow step back. It doesn't matter. Find what works for you. Try to get your knee down to the ground. Try to keep a tall posture. They are the big teaching points here. Like I said, if you feel it in your knees and you really do not like it, or you haven't got the strength to push up, just go back to the basic squats or the side lunges that we've been doing throughout the course, like this. So there are regressions, but if you feel like you're ready for it, we can step up to the lunges. You're going to have 40 seconds worth of time to go at your own speed, your own tempo. You don't need to count your reps. I hope you're still moving, by the way. Sorry, long warm up. Walkouts into a push-up. So we've done them both, but we're going to combine them together if I can get my words out. So here, walking down to the push-up, I'm then going to do the push-up like so. Then I'm going to walk myself back up to the top. What you can do, if you want, is walk yourself down like so, then drop to your knees like so, do the push-up, and then stand back up like that. So that's the walkout and push-up. That's movement 2. Movement number 3 we have done before, so I'm not going to show you. Hopefully you've grasped it in, but you'll very quickly get the idea. It's a glute bridge, laying on your back, one leg up and squeeze the bum. So let's get you going. Hopefully you've still been moving, so the heart rate's up. We're going to start you off with that set of lunges. What I very quickly want us to do now is just about 10 seconds worth of squats, just to get the lower body a bit looser. Just follow me along. Just 10 seconds of squats, just to get the legs and the hips pumping. And keep going. While you're doing that, I'm going to get the timer ready. Don't stop on me. So we are now going to have about 7 seconds countdown up until our round of lunges. You can stop the squats now. 40 seconds of lunges coming up, and just follow what I do on the screen. So here we go. So 5 seconds, lunges coming up. Give them a try. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So I'm switching over legs every single time. I'm not going too fast. I'm taking my time. I'm having a little kind of pause on the ground. I'm keeping my posture nice and tall, and my stride length is pretty substantial. But again, that's up to you. There's no right or wrong. Everybody is built differently, and that's your halfway mark. So we just keep on going for the 40 seconds. And after this 40 seconds are done, we will then have a 20-second recovery before we go into movement 2. which was the walkouts. So here we go. So 5 seconds before your breather. So 3, 2, and 1. Hope they felt okay. If not, squats, side lunges, it's up to you. We have got a 15-second breather before we go into our walkouts and a push-up. 40 seconds, maybe we can get done 3 to 5 reps. We'll see how it goes, if not more. So let's get ready. Round number 2. Walk out to a push-up in 3, 2, 1. And let's go. There's the push-up. Then I'm walking back up. Again, I'll show you one of every single technique. You can do them on your knees, like so. And then this one, I'll show you the first regression, which means you can literally just get down onto the floor, put your belly down, and then push back up. That's equally good. Doesn't matter. 10 seconds, then you get another 20-second breather. And good, okay, so now 20 seconds to recover. I'm gonna get onto the floor and ready for the glute bridge. I'm actually very quickly gonna show you in this little recovery. So laying down, bring one leg up and squeeze the bum. When you get to halfway, you're gonna switch over. So, let's get ready. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So I'm doing the first 20 seconds on one leg, squeezing the hell out of this bum. When you hit the halfway mark, you'll switch over to the other leg. It's halfway, so I'm going to switch to my other leg. Once we've done this round, that's the first total round complete, but the timer keeps on rolling. So we're going to get a 20-second recovery before we go back into the first movement, which was the lunges. No big rest today. So 3, 2, 1, okay. Round number 1 of each done. And like I said at the start, we've got 3 rounds to do. So now we're going to go back into lunges. Probably a little bit more recovery than the last couple of workouts, but just new movements, slightly tougher movements to progress us. Lunges, here we go, round 2. So 3, 2, 1, and off we go. And if you start to get used to the movement and you start to get stronger, you can start to gradually pick the speed up. So this time, I'm never going fast, I'm never rushing it. I'm just going at a good tempo so I can get more reps and more bang for buck done in that 40-second time window. Switching over leg every time, keeps good technique. Almost there, and good. Okay, walkouts coming up, probably the toughest movement of them all. Or the lunges, one of the two. And I can't stress enough, like I said, if you can't do the lunges, do squats or do side lunges, it doesn't matter. Work with what works best for you. So here we go. Walkouts and a push up in 3, 2, 1. And we're off. Into the push-up. Yeah. Remember, for the push-up, it's up to you how far apart you have your hands at the bottom. Don't go too wide. Going very narrow is very tough. So somewhere in the middle tends to be where I tend to go. Just over shoulder width apart. Final 10, I can squeeze out one more rep, I think you can too. Whew, great timing. Okay, onto the floor for those single legs. And by the time we've done 3 rounds of this, that's practically 9 minutes done already. So because the workout's only 20 minutes long, we're then halfway through. Happy days. Short but sour. Here we go. Picking one leg. And we're off. Again, I'm listening out for the halfway mark before I switch over my legs. Almost there. Good. And you may find that one leg is stronger than the other. You may also find that you feel it quite a lot in your hamstrings at the back of the leg. None of that is bad. Almost there. through to the beeps. 3, 2, 1. Love it. Okay, another round done. So now already we're on to our last round of these. Again, you can have a little water in between, but you've only got about 12 seconds left of recovery before we go into our last round of lunges. Let's make this our best as always. Last round is where we really try to do our best. So 3, 2, 1, and we're off. Losing my balance. That's another point I should have mentioned. Actually, balance is always a sticking point for many with the lunges. My biggest tip is to focus on a little dot in front of you and don't lose focus on that tiny little dot about a yard in front. So 3, 2, 1. Lunge is done. Happy days. Let's now get ready for last round of walkouts and push-ups. I think this time I'm going to go for 2 push-ups at the bottom. Make it a bit more fun, a bit more exciting. You can as well, or you can stick to 1. 1 walkout to 2 push-ups. Let's give that a go. Let's try this. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So 1 walkout, this time to 2 push-ups. Happy days. Love that. Here we go, we're going again. On my knees this time. Oh. So getting a bit more kind of chest and arm work in there now with the 2 push-ups. Final 12 seconds.
10 seconds.
That'll do. Nice. Good work. And last round of the single leg bridges coming up. So I'm going to get into position. Let's try to get as many reps done as we can whilst maintaining contraction of the glute. So let's get ready. Here we go. Start another leg. Last round. You get a breather after this before we go into phase 2. Again, I'm listening out for that halfway mark before I switch legs. There it is. Right on cue. Keep it going all the way through to the beeps. So 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Okay. Very well done indeed. Okay, that's phase number 1. Have a couple of minutes to recover now. That takes almost 10 minutes of our time. So trying to keep it under that 20-minute window. We're going to move into EMOM time. Yes, we love an EMOM. We've done a few of them over the past few workouts. They are a great way for getting bang for buck. Let's say you go to the gym or you come home and you have 10 minutes. You have a quick workout period. EMOM is your answer. And I'll explain it in a second, but we are going to go for 5 rounds, which equates to 5 minutes. And then that's your workout done. That's all you're doing. So, but those 5 minutes are going to be quite intense. We have got 2 movements to do inside that minute. So just to reconnect, EMOM stands for every minute on the minute. So I'm going to run a recurring minute timer. And within that, each round of the minute, you've got to get done 2 movements. And then let's say those 2 movements take you 45 seconds. You'll then have a very quick 15-second recovery before you go again when the minute strikes. So basically the rest is your responsibility. You rest for however quickly you can get the movements done, if that makes sense. So here we go. The 2 movements are going to be tricep dips, which we've done before, which I'll very quickly show you as we've got a bit of recovery time. The second movement is going to be bicycle kicks, which again, abs on the ground, probably my favorite ab exercise to really get the burn. We need to do 10 dips into 20 bicycle kicks, and you need to get that done in under a minute to have a bit of a breather to go. So I'm just going to quickly, very, very quickly show you what that means. So tricep dips, I've got my trusty little step here, and I'm going to put my trusty, even more trusty blocks on it. And I'm going to, you can do this with a chair or a sofa or whatever, a table at home. I don't have that in the studio here, so I'm just going to use this, and I'm going to go like so. Bend my knees and dip up and down until my bum hits the floor like this. If you don't have any apparatus like so, it doesn't matter. You can do them on the floor. And again, I'm just going to take this recovery time now just to show you. So you can do them on the floor, which looks a little bit like this. So you lift your bum up and you just drop your bum down to the ground, but you use your arms. You don't just do this with your bum. You do it with your arms. You go up and down like so. So that's the goal. I'm just trying to think if I'm pushing my mat way over here. I've gone way off center. What's going on? That's better, that's better. Anyway, so you have a choice of the tricep dips. If you do them on your chair or your sofa or your table, you don't need to go down to the ground because that's way too far. Once you get down to that sort of angle at your shoulder, you can come back up. Just make sure you keep your back going straight up and down. You don't end up coming away from your arms. You want to stay up and down like this. But again, way too much talking. Let's go. So an EMOM, get yourself in position, get yourself ready while I get this timer sorted. Every minute for 5 minutes. So that is all we have got to do. 5 minutes of work. I'm going to get this nearby so that I'm ready. We have got a minute to get done 10 tricep dips and 20 bicycle kicks. Let's get ready. The speed is pivotal here, but technique is even more so. So 7 seconds before we're off. So let's get ready, get in position. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. So I'm doing my 10 tricep dips. Good, and then I'm going to quickly shove this out the way so I can go for my bicycle kicks. 20, 1, 2. There we go. So again, you are all on your own schedule. I've got 25 seconds left to recover, and then hopefully if you're finishing soon, you'll have however long to recover as well. That's your first round. You need to do 4 more of those and then you're done. So it's all about getting as many reps done in that, or as many rounds. No, ignore that, that's a totally different thing. My brain's going fuzzy. Here we go. So round 2, going for the 10 tricep dips in 3, 2, 1, and let's go. To make this a bit harder now, I'm going to lift my bum up off the floor a little bit more so I can increase the range of motion on my arms. Okay, that's my 10, into your 20.
Halfway there.
And good, another round done. 22 seconds left to see where you're at. I'm going to say if you're finding it really easy, maybe try to do 15 dips and 20 things. So you can slightly change the reps if you want to. If you're finding it impossible, go for maybe 8 dips and 20 bicycle kicks. So just slightly adapt the reps. But if you're finding it okay, just keep going. There's no excuses here. So here we go. Next round. Round 3. I'm sticking to that beat. I'm sticking to that timer. As to you at home. Very nice.
Halfway there.
Brilliant. So we've got 22 seconds left of recovery, which is quite a good amount of time actually. If you're hovering around the 20-second mark for recovery, you're doing well. If it starts to get below 10, it gets a lot tougher. So if it is below 10, you can keep going for the last 2 rounds, or you can maybe shorten the repage a little bit or lessen the repage. So next round, so 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Penultimate round now. Good. So like I said, yeah, that sweet spot of respite is around 20-second mark. If you are having under 10, but you're still going, try to keep going. Nothing like a bit of burnage.
Halfway there.
Brilliant, okay. So 20 seconds left of recovery. Again, you're where you are at the moment, you might still be going. Doesn't matter. Last round coming up in 10 seconds, so just bear that in mind. So let's start to get ready and prepared for this very last round of the workout. Let's make this good. Here we go. So 3, 2, 1, and let's go. Yeah, last round, round 5 of 5. Then you get a well-earned breather. We've got 40 seconds left, depending on where you're at. So we still have plenty of time.
Halfway there.
Oh, lovely. Okay, so we have got 18 seconds of recovery, so keep going. If you're not finished, you keep going. If you're finished, then good, but I'm going to stay quiet for the next 10 seconds to let people finish. Last 10, keep it going. And I'll count you down. So final bit, so final push if you're not there. So 3, 2, 1.
Well done.
Good, fantastic, well in. So again, I've got no idea where people are at home. Some people might be really struggling with that. Some people might be like, this is dead easy. I have no idea. So I just have to kind of cater for everybody. But hopefully that was a good intensity. In terms of intensity, that's probably a little bit less so than the previous couple of workouts, but we changed the intensity by making the movements a bit tougher. So there's different ways of progressing. It's not always about less rest, more reps. You can just make things tougher. So we made that tougher by doing a lunge instead of a squat. We made it tougher by doing a walkout and a push-up, and then we made it tougher by doing single leg glute bridges. There's many ways of increasing the output level. But let's have a cool down, let's have a quick stretch, and that's workout number 8 done afterwards. So arms, let's just get the wrists moving around a little bit, because sometimes dips do hurt the wrists a little bit. Yeah, fancy doing 8 workouts already. What a joy. Rumour has it these are the most enjoyable 20 minutes of your day. That's what I've heard. So straight arm across the body, pull it in towards the chest just to relax the shoulders a bit. And switch over. Nice, and let's now do the lower back. Just a bit more of a stationary stretch this time, it won't be long. But yeah, so we've got 2 workouts left to make it the big 10 that I've been talking about. The last 2, different. Again, we might try to increase the quality of movements again, or the intensity and level of the movements. And some movements we might just try to take down again to regress, but do more reps. So we've got a slightly different thing in store for the last couple of workouts. Let's now just kick our bum forward and back so we can loosen up the hips again. And switch over. But hopefully so far everyone's following along and enjoying it. I know sometimes there's a whole load of gibberish that comes out my mouth, so I apologise for that. Sometimes it just happens. It just makes no sense whatsoever. It's all part of the parcel. So finally, let's just go across to loosen up the hips. And let's switch over. Final 10, then you're done. And 3, 2s, and the 1s. Good. And shake it all out. You are done for the workout. A nice quick one, but you have progressed. If you did those lunges, then very nice indeed. If that's the first time you've done them and you've managed to do them very well, then that's a great result because they are a fantastic movemento. But apart from that, let's let you crack on with your day. Have your water, get your protein in, get your sleep in, get your recovery in, and hopefully I'll see you again for workout number 9. Thanks a lot.